It started just after midnight, when the highway stretched out before me like a ribbon of black glass under a hazy yellow moon. The air smelled of rain and distant asphalt. I was alone, or at least, I thought I was. Then, in the rearview mirror, a shadow appeared where no car lights should be. At first, I thought it was nothing, just an illusion, maybe the reflection of my own taillights bouncing back from a sign. But the shape behind me remained, steady and featureless. No beams cut through the night, no glow on the pavement, just a pure, shifting darkness tailing me. Curiosity mingled with unease as I slowed down, expecting the car to pass, or at least to show its presence. It didn't. The dark form stayed perfectly matched to my speed, refusing to reveal its color, shape, or even a plate number. It was there, yet it wasn't real. The road twisted through a patch of forest, trees leaning in as if watching. My headlights flickered briefly, and I caught a glimpse of the outline behind me. A sedan, maybe, low and sleek, but its windows looked pitch black, swallowing even the faint reflection of my lights. Goosebumps crawled up my arms as my radio hissed without signal, just static whispering through the speakers. It was a noise that didn't belong to any station. The air pressure changed, even inside the car, I could feel it, the kind of silence that warned you something was wrong. Took an exit I didn't plan to take, veering off onto a lonely county road bordered by cornfields. The asphalt cracked beneath the tires, and the only light came from my own beams. Behind me, the shadow followed, relentless and patient, keeping perfect distance. I tried to convince myself this was a normal person, a driver with malfunctioning lights. But how did they see anything in total darkness? Every dip and curve I navigated with cautious vision, yet their path was flawless, like they memorized every inch of the terrain. My phone lost signal completely, the screen flickering like it was being watched. The GPS froze on a point that didn't exist, coordinates blinking without a name. I looked back again, and my heart locked in place. The car behind me was gone. Vanished. Relief washed through me too soon. Because moments later, I saw it ahead of me this time, sitting by the side of the road, engine off, lights still dead, as if waiting for me to catch up. I tried to brake, but my foot felt useless against the pedal. The world pulsed dimly at that moment, like I'd slipped a frame out of reality. The car's silhouette shimmered, its edges dissolving into static distortion. My headlights reflected on nothing, as though the matter it was made of didn't exist entirely in this world. A sudden ringing noise filled my ears, high and sharp. I blinked, and the car was gone again. Wind howled across the fields like a chorus of whispers. Every instinct told me to turn around, to drive home fast, but home didn't feel reachable that night. The navigation system rebooted without warning, showing me 5 different routes all looping back in circles. My hands shook on the steering wheel, palms slick with sweat. I could see the clock ticking backwards, time bending against every rule I knew. For 10 minutes, or maybe an hour, I drove through looping intersections that looked identical, each one framed by the same dying streetlight. My reflection in the windshield looked slightly delayed, as though reacting half a second too late. When the car appeared again, directly behind me at impossible speed, I saw nothing through its windshield. No driver. No motion. Just an endless dark void pressing forward. Its grille seemed to shift pattern, flickering digits where metal should be. Panic surged through my chest as my speedometer climbed past the limit. I whispered out loud, begging whatever this was to stop following. But there was no reply, only that silent pursuit, each second a slow suffocation inside my own moving prison. I turned the wheel hard, pulling into an old gas station that looked abandoned, its sign rusted and flickering half-light. I jumped out, heart pounding, half expecting to see nothing behind me. The road was empty. Only the whisper of my engine cooling. I stood there for minutes, or centuries, waiting. No sound, no headlights, no movement. The world was too still, too neatly staged like a paused simulation. My reflection in the gas station window blinked before I did. Suddenly, all the lights in the station flickered on, one after another, with a sound like electricity tearing fabric. A payphone began ringing from the corner, steady, deliberate rings, echoing off the cement walls of that forgotten place. I approached the phone slowly, the cord hanging like a noose. My hand hesitated, then picked it up. The line was dead, but I could still hear breathing on the other end, slow and synchronized with my own. Then a whisper, "You shouldn't have looked back." Dropped the receiver, backing away in disbelief. My car headlights flickered, and for a second, I saw the figure of someone sitting in my driver's seat. Not moving. Just waiting. But when I blinked, it was empty again. The fuel pumps suddenly started clicking on their own, measuring empty air. The numbers spun uncontrollably. I climbed back inside my vehicle, locking every door. The steering wheel felt warm, too warm, as if someone had just been holding it. The rearview mirror adjusted itself slowly without me touching it. I forced myself to glance at it. The reflection behind me was wrong, like reality skipped a beat, and my own eyes were missing from the reflection altogether. The road back toward town looked endless. My GPS now displayed only a black screen, with faint static lines scrolling upward. I had no choice but to drive forward, trusting the road to lead me somewhere, anywhere that wasn't looping back in on itself. Rain began to fall, making the world blur and pulse under my headlights. The rhythmic thuds of droplets on the windshield sounded almost purposeful. Between the wiper sweeps, a dark shape flashed along the ditch, mirroring my speed. I pressed harder on the gas pedal, desperate. The landscape around me dissolved into static again, trees turning to pixelated silhouettes. It was as if whatever controlled this reality was breaking down right in front of me, failing to render my escape. When I looked once more into the mirror, that black car was back, closer than ever, just inches behind my bumper now. It didn't move like a normal machine. It pulsed, vibrated, bending the air as if gravity didn't apply. A sudden burst of white light filled the cabin, blinding, soundless, almost liquid in texture. My body moved but felt disconnected from time. And when my vision cleared, daylight had returned. The road was empty again. My watch was frozen at midnight, yet the sun was climbing over an unfamiliar town. I didn't remember crossing any borders or highways. Every sign I passed had names that didn't exist anywhere on a map I knew. I stopped at a diner filled with faces that looked partially familiar. The waitress asked if I wanted the usual. I didn't know what she meant, but somehow my mouth answered yes, like my voice belonged to someone else. She handed me the cup of coffee. The window across from me caught my attention. Parked right outside, facing the diner door, was that same dark car, motionless, gleaming faintly under the morning sun. This time, its headlights were on. I stared, heart in my throat. Through the windshield I thought I saw someone who looked exactly like me, sitting silently, hands on the wheel, smiling the way I never do. The moment blinked away in the reflection of my coffee. I ran outside, but the street was empty once more. Asphalt steaming from the heat, no tire tracks, no sound. Only a faint hum from nowhere, like the vibration of a frequency the human ear shouldn't hear. The waitress watched from inside, her expression distant, frozen. When I turned around, the car keys felt heavier, colder in my pocket. I didn't remember putting them there. In the distance, thunder rolled across a cloudless sky. Even now, when I close my eyes at night, I hear that same engine idling somewhere out on the edge of hearing. No headlights. No driver. Just the waiting hum of something that shouldn't exist, out there in the static between worlds. If you're ever driving alone and see shadows moving where no light should touch, don't slow down, don't look back. Because some roads aren't part of this world anymore. And something on them still remembers you.